This is for all my Trinbagonian brothers and sisters. I want to relate to you all the level of incompetence and hypocrisy that has been exhibited in this debacle that has taken place in Chile. No wonder we have this brain drain, this athletic drain of coming out of the country, going to Europe and America, like I had to, like so many of us had to, York and Latters, P and Hislop. So many of us had to leave to just find ourselves, to have some level of normalcy in terms of quality infrastructure, sporting and otherwise. Look what happened in Chile. Look at that debacle. Can you imagine your children going to represent the national team in an international tournament? Boys and girls, young players. Now the boys have been stranded for more than almost 8 days. 8 days in Chile. Unceremoniously taken off of a flight. They had to disembark. Why? The incompetence, the sheer incompetence of our authorities, our government back here. When one listens to Fitzgerald Hines, you know, his ignorance is so, I must say, it's so heartwarming that he can so easily say that he knows nothing about it. This is the Minister of National Security. That they would have a directive from Trinidad and Tobago, as stated in the newspapers, from Trinidad and Tobago, saying that our young players who already boarded on a flight to leave Chile after being overstayed there in Chile for 6 days, young players, imagine if that was your daughter or your son, ready to fly back to their country and being told out of Trinidad and Tobago that they could not come in. Why? A PCR report was in Spanish. Hallelujah. A PCR report from Chile. What other language would it be in? And the girls who had flown out previously, the same PCR report was also in Spanish, and they were allowed to fly. But no, a directive from Trinidad and Tobago said they were not allowed to come in unless the PCR report was in English. So negativo, in Espanol, negativo, clear for everybody to say, we profess to have street signs in Spanish, even on some of government buildings in Spanish, but no, negativo, not enough. Not enough, we have to have it in English. Well then, Minister of National Security, Afro-Saxon Fitzgerald Hines, you're incompetent. Who gave that directive that would force our boys and girls, young boys and girls, after they were given inadequate funding, inadequate preparation, they had to go and endure humiliating losses. They tried their best. I know the coach tried his best. I know how frustrated he was. And then on top of all that, we can't even bring them back home with some measure of dignity. Imagine if these were your children. Look at this government. And what does the Minister of Sports say? She doesn't know anything about it. That is something she should stamp on her forehead. And she should put that on her forehead, and she should put it in what? In a color like yellow. So she's so fair-skinned now, so everybody could see it. This is not good enough, Trinidad and Tobago. Not only are our people, intelligent, young, educated people, leaving the country because they have no hope, the people who remain behind, who know that their kids have left this country because of that, the hypocrisy of this government, because of the incompetence of a PNM government who has ruled this country, governed this country for 49 years. Don't lose sight of that fact. Imagine Fitzgerald Hines can go into his community, see land slippage, see the floods that have happened, see those holes that have opened up in the ground, those sinkholes. And you know what his comment would be? There has not been enough care taken care of the neighborhood. There has not been enough care by the citizens. Imagine that. but you, Fitzgerald Hines, and your party have directly represented these communities for 62 years. Who are you going to blame that on? So we still have our young hockey players outside in Chile, waiting, praying, hoping to come home. What if these were your children? This is for all the parents of Trinidad and Tobago. Look at the incompetence of our government, the incompetence of Fitzgerald Hines, the incompetence of the chief medical officer. Parasham, you have to blame, you have to feel that blame. Where were you in the situation? Was it you that gave the directive that the PCR has to be in English? These are the questions we want answered. And as far as I'm concerned, Trinidad and Tobago, all are good with that?